am not starting a VCR repair business nor a Radio Shack. I actually was given or uncovered a box of old VHS home videos from my place, my upbringing up in Ohio, including I think a bunch with my dad who passed away in 1999 that I've never seen before. So I'm very excited once I get a working VCR, which my good buddy Ron gave me one that was very much not working, which is why it's taken apart and still not working because I don't know what the hell I'm doing with VCRs, and nor should I know. But as soon as I get one, I've got a capture card here, and we'll be ready to go to unearth this treasure trove of tapes. So hopefully there's something cool in there. At the very least, it's a good chance to reconnect with my dad. So Thursday started out with a great meeting. We had Paul Wilborn in, Kat was there, Amy was there, and it was all about St. Petersburg Press. We have 4 books out now on St. Petersburg Press, the 4th of which I have right here, learning all the video pointing things. And I'm excited to talk about that, but we're ready to jump back in now that we've kind of got the press up and rolling. 4th book out, 3 more in the works, including some poetry, some more fiction, and another sort of biography, autobiography, which is going to be a really cool book. But the one we got in yesterday was by Sarah Vatelot, and how she came into my orbit was Kara Behar of Behar Architecture had just hired her, and she had just finished at USF, and she did her dissertation on the gas plant district. The gas plant district is now, was formerly called that, is now known as the CHOP. It's that area there. And when they had plans to develop that, they actually moved out a pretty large population of folks that were living there, who had jobs there. There was some light industrial, gas plant. And so this dissertation she did tracked the whole evolution of that recent history. And so she came in, and it was really great and interesting subject matter, something she'd actually done some original graphics, and I think she built a 7 or 9 foot scale model of the city to help sort of place how this all developed. And so for the catalyst, she distilled it down into about a 1,200 word article, and she titled that "Where Have All the Mangoes Gone?" It ended up being a huge hit. It got shared, had 10,000 some reads and hundreds of shares, and made it into the CRA, the Southside community, which we've been working hard to get. To get an audience there and to bring valuable content to them, and just again mixing. We always want everybody together mixing, and that good things come when you do that. Anyway, so the article went out, big success. Got tons of feedback on it. Jason Mathis calls me, who's the CEO of Downtown Partnership, says, do you know there's a dissertation behind that? I said, yes, there is, and he said that needs to be a book, and I want to make it happen. So we, co-sponsored the production of it. They bought the production, and we co-sponsored the design, the layout of it, and all that kind of stuff. And lo and behold, the fruit of our labors, Sarah's labor and our production, is this great book, Where Have All the Mangoes Gone?, which we did in a pictorial style because there's so many great images that she did in it, and it traces the history of the gas plant district. This really, to me, is exactly why we do this, to be able to take her good work and this important piece of researched history in St. Pete, to get it out to the masses, and then, because it is so good and got such positive feedback, to have the community come together and produce something like this, which is going to be, is an important part of our history and stuff we should all know, and Sarah, she deserves to be an author and have this out, so it's just really cool. And we're going to do a nice launch party for it at a local museum. We're just talking to them, and I'll announce all that once we get it finalized. But it's a local museum who happens to have a special exhibit right now on civil rights, so it'll be a perfect combination or whatever. So that was that. A couple other mini announcements of stuff for people who are interested. New pitch list is out with Tyler Kelly. Pitch Madness, that's something we sponsor. They're going to be at Synapse, and that was a pretty fun interview, just kind of more joking around. Peter Kagayama's book is coming out. They're doing events in October 15th at the Dali, which is going to be great. Downtown Partnership's putting that on to celebrate his new book. We're going to have him in and get an interview and certainly cover all that. Peter is an absolute treasure and important part of St. Pete, so anything we can do to support him, we want to. Had a couple other announcements coming. Had Shelley Walken, who's one of the best lawyers in Tampa, and she's a social venture partner with us. And we have a big announcement coming, and she was a big help in. This is going to be interesting and really kind of innovative what we're doing. It is in the nonprofit space, and I'm excited to share that. But that was about an hour and a half, 2 hour conversation. So that was part of the day, but I can't get too into it this hot second. After that, we went to Nova 535, Michael Scott Navilla. Shout out, though he's never there because he's always out traveling around the world. But there was an event there to talk about the different stages, the different developments that are happening in the area. JP Dubuque spoke, Mike Meidel, one of the gentlemen from CoStar who had a wealth of information. It was just a nice event to see where we're at. It's kind of what you would expect. Lots of residential, but they're getting filled. The prices keep rising. And no sign of stopping at this moment. So that was that, and then I think that was about it. Also, SPX. If you haven't checked it out, the latest SPX is out with Duncan McClellan. This is stpdex.com. It's about a 30 or 40 minute conversation I had with him, and the next one will be out on Monday, and I'll preview it. It is Iqbal Peru. Iqbal Peru is one of those guys that's behind the scenes, that's super interesting, not only here but around the world. Born in Kenya, he built one of the largest hospitals in Pakistan. He built a bunch of hospitals and there's actually some private equity behind it. So it's not even it's just really cool what he's been able to do. So that one will be out on Monday. So we're at 6 minutes, 7 minutes. We'll leave it at that. And thanks. Bye.